Welcome to this first module of the Conscious Business Curriculum. In this first module, we will look at you as an individual. It's your authentic power, who you really are to be during this lifetime. I want to take a moment to explain why we believe it is critical to start with the individual, with you and with who you are, rather than what you do. If you look at your life, you can notice that it is all about desires. From the morning you get up and pick a juice or a tea or a coffee, to the evening when you go and want to read a book or a movie, for example. You have a desire for a good relationship, fulfilling job, for money, for building a company, and on it goes. In the end, you do everything because you personally want to get something out of it. It's not about business or money, or about the results you want to see in your life. It's about your personal, deeper desires. The difference of this program is that we approach reaching our desires in life in a fundamentally different way. A way where you don't need to push more, work harder, but where finally you can expand into your authenticity, where things unfold with more natural and ease. If you look at anything you want to create in your life, the results in your job, money, a relationship, for example, we usually start by doing more, by working harder, get another degree, go out and meet people, etc., etc. And we can clearly see that something is not working. We see that most of us are struggling. Everybody is hustling and stressed out. So why doesn't our current approach work? Because there's a deeper level that determines everything we do, and ultimately also the results in our life, which we call the being level. In this program, we start with the being level, and this is why we start with the individual. Because your being, your mindset, your perceptions, your personality, it is the root of what you do, your behaviors, and ultimately the results in your life. So as we work on this level, we find that there's a ripple effect that impacts every aspect of your life. Personal aspects, business, money, relationship, and even your health. We call this the be, do, have approach. So for the past decade, we have been working with organizations and individuals from all over the world. And we found what's really happening is this. If you look at this diagram, sometime in our life, we veered off from our authenticity. We've taken a direction in our life where we went to school for something we didn't really want to do, for example. We took a job we didn't like, etc. So we're on a trajectory that's not really us anymore. We've become conditioned. We call it our conditioned personality. We're somewhere out there here in left field, often feel dissatisfied with our job, with money, or with something else. And at night, we put our head on the pillow and something inside of us is just yearning to change, to go to a more inspiring, more fulfilling life with more ease and joy. Something is pulling us. This is our authenticity calling. We know that something is not quite right. Something is pulling us back to live more authentically. The only problem, that many of us don't really know what that authenticity is. Or have your teachers in school asked you who you really are? Usually nobody asks us or leads us to find out. But life pushes us repeatedly to close this gap between our conditioned and our authentic personality. And this is what this curriculum does, and especially this first module. It provides an understanding what your authenticity really is, so you can be on a straight arrow up here. And you can see that this is actually the easiest path to reach your destination. If you're out there in left field, it takes much longer and further before you get to where you want to be. So in the end, it comes back to the Oracle of Delphi. Know thyself. Who you really are is the most important question to answer, and that's why we start with looking at you as an individual during this first module. What will we do in this first module? First, we will give you an insight of who you are. What comes into the room when you come into the room? Who are you here to be during this lifetime? If you feel frustration or missing balance in your life, for example, what can you do to shift that? Secondly, we look at your unique gifts and talents. It might sound like a slogan, but it's actually a methodology where you understand what you are here to do. This is actually very important because when you do more of that, work is not work anymore. And you will find that what you bring is valuable. It makes you financially successful in the most rewarding way. Third, we look at a new model of success, to understand why we struggle in life and how we can change to a different model of success, both for our personal lives and for our businesses, so that we can have a different mindset for how we succeed in life. Fourth, we will look at your purpose. What are you here to do during your lifetime? so that you have a clear sense of direction so you can focus your energy and actually enjoy getting up in the morning. And lastly, in this model, we will look at the flip side we call our emotional mental system. So once we are clear of where we want to go and how we tick, we will look at what keeps us away from that. This is a really, really critical component that's oftentimes forgotten. Which behaviors are preventing you from being where you want to be, reaching the state of flow that we are all looking for? And how can we change these deeply ingrained behaviors? So whenever we take executives and individuals through this module, there's a deep sense of, oh my God, oh, this is who I really am. I wish I would have known this before. How can I have more of that? Actually, I recently worked with a company in Montana with a team of mid-50-year-olds. And one of them sat in front of me as we went through these methodologies and said, oh my God, this is so true. This is exactly how I tick. I wish I would have known this 30 years earlier so I could have made the right choices then. So when you are seen for who you really are, there's a deep sense of relaxation and peace. Because in this module, it becomes clear how you can have a life where you can fully be yourself, show up as who you are and be successful with it. This module contains information and insights that we usually never learn in life, and yet they're most critical building blocks for fulfillment, success, and happiness. I really look forward to sharing these insights with you. So let's get started.